Let's talk about marriage in Bosnian culture. Obviously, marriage is a huge milestone in life, especially for Bosnians in general. It's seen as a structure, a stability, and seen as responsibility. And there comes there comes a lot of pressure when you're not married by a certain age, or if you're still single by a certain age. You're gonna get judged by the Bosnian community heavily. You're gonna get questioned a ton, either by your parents or by your, I don't know, relatives, your grandpa, your uncles, this guy, that guy, this woman, that woman. And it honestly can get mentally exhausting and even sometimes frustrating. I understand. I was once in that predicament where I was always getting questioned, why am I not married yet? When are you going to get married? And to keep it 100 with you guys, honestly, I took my time, and I wanted to find the right person for me. It's definitely important to find the right person and make sure you find the right person before you decide to tie the knot with that person. That goes for anyone, and obviously do it at your own pace. Don't feel pressure, even though this video is about the pressures of getting married as a Bosnian. But just take your time, really know the situation and really understand what you're gonna get into, or with the other person that you want to be with, or looking to be with, right? So obviously, like I said, you're gonna question a lot. So they might say, "Šta se nije još oženio, nije normalan, ovo ono." But like I said, keep at your own pace. Don't let anyone speed you up, especially your parents, your dad. I know for me personally, my dad was always on me about getting married, and I'm not against marriage, by the way. I am married, and I am married for the right reasons. I found my partner, and we are happily married together. But yeah, before I was married, there was a lot of pressure from pops, and sometimes from grandma and grandpa, from uncle, not always, but questioning me sometimes whenever I would see them. Hey man, when are you gonna get married? You have a girlfriend, this and that. And until I finally, found the person for me, they were ecstatic. They were filled with joy. They couldn't wait. And then as soon as I told them that, they said, when are you getting married? When is the wedding? Don't wait too long. So many different types of ideas were thrown out there just so you could get married sooner, start a family sooner. But obviously, here people take their time and they don't settle down until they're ready, right? But in Bosnian culture, it's like, okay, you found your person. Don't date for too long, because Bosnians don't believe in dating long term without getting married, because they see it as a waste of time, which I don't agree with. Take your time on dating, and like I said, find the right person for yourself, and yeah, make sure you guys are happy. Getting judged in Bosnian culture for not getting married or for not being married is a real thing. There's a lot of influence from your grandparents, from your parents. Grandparents got married in their early 20s. I know my grandpa got married, he was 21. My grandma was 20. And, they always talked about it with me, like, when are you going to get married? Have you found a girlfriend yet? Dad got married when he was 19, super young. Mom was a little older than him. And yeah, the generations try to continue that cycle, but what they don't realize in America is that long-term relationships are seen as like a good thing, and there's no pressure from society, and they just say take your time, this and that. But not in Bosnian culture. They say hurry up and get married so you can start a family and have kids and live happily ever after. While all that is great, and I do agree with getting married and starting a family, you should look to take your time. Like I said, don't feel the pressures from others. And yeah, one funny thing is, before you're married in Bosnian culture, whenever you're like at a cookout or a family gathering outdoors, or whether it be inside, you're always going to sit at the younger table and not at the older table with the married ones or people that have kids married. Yeah, it's crazy. Actually, not too long ago, my wife and I, we went, to a grad party, and we were married, and we still sat at the table where you're with the younger crowd, and it was just funny. It's just like seeing that in today's day and age is hilarious. But yeah, man, I would suggest everyone who is single, who is looking for some advice, really take your time to get to know the person, to know the ins and outs of what you're dealing with. And yeah, man, just, oh man, there's a bunch of things I could talk about, but mainly just know that person really well, inside and out. And also another thing is, it's frowned upon to live with that person, with your girlfriend, before you're married. It's very frowned upon. Bosnian culture does not approve of that until after you're married. Then you live with that person. But listen, I'm not against it. Anyone can do what they want. I'm just saying what the reality is in the Bosnian culture. Yeah, I don't judge anyone. Take your time, man. Just live your life. Make sure you're happy with that person. And don't let anyone speed you up ever, because you might regret it later on, and you don't want those problems later on, trust me. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. It was a bit of a shorter one. Just wanted to give you guys my take on this, and yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys think. What do you guys think of marriage? Is it still a real thing in today's day and age? And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I will talk to you guys next time. Peace.